So I'm actually really excited to be here right now. Basically because wow, that was really, really annoying, right? So what I just did there is I used a lot of filler phrases. Now you might not know a lot about filler phrases. I would guess you guys probably don't know much about it at all, besides the fact that we can all agree how I started off my talk was really annoying. But filler phrases are actually very important because they impact our lives every single day. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about these phrases for the next few minutes, and I'm going to focus specifically on one word to guide this discussion, and that word is like. So how many of you guys have that one friend that you may love to hang out with them, you may love spending time with them, but you also kind of can't stand it because it seems like every other word out of their mouth is the word like? Let's see by a show of hands. All right, so a lot of hands are going up. Now, how many of you think that you actually are that friend? That you are, in fact, the one that says the word like? Awesome, so a lot of hands. I just got to be honest, I'll have to raise my hand for both of those questions. So before we go any further, let's just define what exactly filler phrases are. So a filler phrase is a sound or word that is spoken in conversation by one participant to signal to others that he or she has paused to think but has not yet finished speaking. So what are a few examples? We have like, actually, basically, and you know. Now, in my life, I have a really big problem, and it's that I use the word like way too much. I remember one car ride, specifically I was with my friend and his father. It was a 1-hour car ride, and I actually used the word like 45 times in that 1 hour, okay? Now, I realized this is a big problem, and here's why. It's because of the feedback that I get every single time I use these phrases. Now, in the beginning of my talk, I said that using the word like and other filler words actually impacts our lives every single day. And this is why. It's because it affects the way that others perceive us. Now, everyone says that when I use the word like, it makes me sound uninterested in what I'm saying and just generally unintelligent. So obviously, I didn't want that. So I decided I had to change something. I had to figure out some ways that I would be able to stop saying these words. Now, I tried a lot of things, nothing worked, but I'll share 2 of the most drastic examples. Here's the first one. I told my parents that I'd set up a jar, put it in the kitchen, and every single time they heard me saying the word like, I would just put $1 into the jar. Now, at first, they were like, are you really sure you want to do this? You say that word a lot. And I said, yes, I have to do something drastic. That's the only way it will work. Well, it sucked for me, but they had a great time with it. I kept saying like, and I lost a lot of money. So I was like, all right, I'll try something else. We'll take it up one notch. I told one of my friends, who's actually in the audience today, that every time I said the word like, he could just smack me in the face as hard as he wanted. He accepted this deal right away. And it didn't work out for me. I kept saying the word like, and I came home with a lot of black and blues every day. So I started to think about this, and I realized, if I can't stop saying the word like, why am I trying to do this? And that brings me to my main question today, which is, does using filler language actually signal a lack of intelligence? So I'm going to go through a few reasons right now why people believe that we use filler words. So the first is evolving mastery of language. Now this makes sense, especially in younger kids. We haven't fully developed our vocabulary yet, so it makes sense why we would use more filler words. Then we have nerves. If you're nervous, you don't know what to say, you're just trying to fill space, you'll use like and other fillers more. And then finally, indecision. If you don't know what to say, you're trying to fill time, then you're getting nervous, and all of these reasons will sort of combine into one, and that helps explain why we use the word like. However, the University of Texas recently put out a study that's kind of changed the game a bit. It said that conscientious people are actually more thoughtful and aware of themselves and their surroundings, leading to the increased use of filler words and discourse markers. So what does this mean? This means that not only is it not a bad thing to use these words, but it can actually be a good thing as well. Now, we've had someone keeping track backstage. I don't know what this number is going to be, but he's been keeping track to see how many filler phrases I've used this talk. So let's see what it is. All right, so 16. So I've been talking for about 4 to 5 minutes, and I've used 16 filler phrases. That might seem like a lot, but if you've learned anything from this talk, you shouldn't judge me for it. Thank you. and thank you for being here.